This is preferredfutures.com. You're on the course Strengths and How to Use Them. Lesson 5. Spotting Strengths in Others. Discovering our strengths through a survey or assessment, as we did in Lesson 1, is helpful for a number of reasons. Firstly, it gives us a tool with which to better recognise and use our strengths. This can make us happier, more productive, engaged, energised, resilient and confident. Such knowledge also helps us to spot the signature strengths in others. And spotting signature strengths in others opens up a new world to both the observer and the observed. The negativity bias that appears to be built into our brains, as well as woven into our cultural views, makes us predisposed to focus on what we don't like about people rather than what we like. However, with just a little effort, we can overcome this bias, and one way to do that is to employ strength spotting in others. Researchers have also long recognised our fundamental psychological need to be respected, valued and appreciated. If we approach our interactions looking for and working with people's strengths, then the chances of others receiving the kind of interaction that meets those needs increases considerably. Spotting strengths in others is a great way to interact with people from a positive perspective. Firstly, it allows for sincere compliments and fact-based praise, and in addition, it paves the way for people to succeed in ways that are natural to them. This applies in our intimate relationships, such as with partners and parenting, as well as in the world of work. Most romantic relationships run on their own steam at the start. There's plenty of excitement, genuine interest, as well as a powerful cocktail of hormones that make being in a relationship feel like we're being driven rather than having to pull our weight. But in the long run, both partners need to invest a little more conscious effort. After the honeymoon stage, the extrinsic rewards fade. We habituate to our significant other, and we might get so used to the positive things we noticed in our partners previously that we take those aspects of the relationship for granted. It's often at that point that pesky negativity bias kicks in, and we start to focus on small irritations about the partner that previously we simply ignored. It's normal and arguably healthy to reappraise a relationship from time to time and examine what could be better. From there, it's just a hop to imagine about what it would be like elsewhere and to start comparing your relationship and your partner with others. Each of these steps are useful to help gain an accurate assessment of the health of the relationship. Spotting drawbacks is probably as important as spotting the good stuff. In addition, it can be exhausting trying to look on the bright side all the time. The good news is that strength spotting is both a rewarding as well as a rather easy way to redress the balance. For example, maybe your partner has zest as a signature strength and always gets the two of you out and about in life. Over time, you may begin to take this for granted, or even resent it, finding constant new plans irritating. Deliberately spotting strengths can help here. One way is by savouring past times. By looking at old holiday photos, for example, you can remind yourself of the positives and view your partner's zest as a team strength again. At the end of this lesson, there is a 3-step activity inviting you to identify your partner's signature strengths. As usual, this activity is based on rigorous research. The first 2 steps were originally suggested by Professor Seligman back in 2002. Step 3 is informed by studies by Kashdan and colleagues in 2018, which highlighted the value of character strengths appreciation. That research found that couples who recognized and appreciated one another's character strengths had higher relationship satisfaction, belonging, autonomy, sexual satisfaction, and relation commitment. A second fruitful area for applying strength spotting in others is in parenting. Professor Leah Waters at the University of Melbourne defines strength-based parenting as an approach where parents deliberately identify and cultivate positive states, processes and qualities in their children. She says it's about connecting your kids with their inborn strengths, such as strengths of character, e.g. humour, kindness, as well as their talents, such as writing or sporting ability. Strength spotting and encouragement increases their inner resources, builds resilience and helps boost life satisfaction, which loosely translates to happiness. Professor Waters' research shows that children and teenagers who have strength-based parents have higher levels of satisfaction, have a better understanding of their own strengths, cope with conflict in more proactive ways, use their strengths to help them meet homework deadlines, and have lower levels of stress. Focusing on strengths also improves the life satisfaction and confidence of the parents themselves. In one study, parents who went through a 4-week strength-based parenting program found parenting more interesting, felt more confident in their role as a parent, and experienced more positive emotions towards their children. Strength spotting brings benefits in the world of work too. Just as with private relationships, understanding each other's strengths can help professionals to flourish, reduce conflicts, be more productive, and so much more. For instance, the Corporate Leadership Council found that employee performance is, on average, 36% higher when line managers focus their appraisals on employees' strengths and talents. There's a wealth of ways that strength can be focused on at work. Some possibilities include a group of colleagues completing the VIA survey of character strengths and comparing the results, using strength-based questions in interviews, or just going into meetings with one eye on strengths rather than on weaknesses. Again, one of the activities in this lesson encourages that perspective. These 5 lessons have been designed to provide an introduction to strengths and how to use them. After this lesson, there's a quiz you can take. It's a reminder of principles about strengths, not a test, so it's worth completing just to consolidate your understanding. Ultimately, it's up to you to actually go out and use your strengths. And it is really worth it. Strength use provides a key support in the attainment of goals, it leads to greater need satisfaction, and enhances well-being. If it wasn't for all the scientific evidence, it could seem too good to be true. Have a great day.